We're made to believe that we're invincible, but it's not until you're faced with really difficult times and you realise that life is precious.
Adult male trauma.
He's got a partial degloving of both hands.
St George's, EDA, 10 minutes.
He's got head on into a bus.
Almost totally amputated.
I'm not joking.
You're always so busy.
Well, they're open 24 hours, 7 days a week.
St George's, London.
Welcome to the madhouse.
One of Britain's busiest A&E departments.
Right, CT are ready.
We need 2 units of O&A now.
OK, this is really time critical. It's our job to look after you and worry about you.
That we're going to find out what's going on with you, OK?
Thank you.
A place where life...
Success.
Love...
She's all right. She's all right.
And loss unfold every single day.
Love you.
Filmed across one 24-hour period, these are the stories of a nation and its health service.
Brave little man.
I'll never fully understand how people manage to get through one of the worst things they've ever had to deal with in their life.
God, I can't believe this has happened. So brave, isn't it?
You see people from every single walk of life, and it makes you realise the common threads of humanity far outweigh any differences.
Pool and bikes are one and the same thing, really. The bike club is his whole world. He's always been around the bike scene. Anyone can ride a motorcycle, but not everyone is a biker. It's just part of him. It's what he does. It's in his blood. I can remember it that day. It was a really nice day. Paul said, "Oh, I'll go to work on the bike." He's gone off on his bike and he'll come back on his bike, is what you think. I've never really worried. He's such an experienced rider. I'd never given it a thought, really.
Hello, St George's. Cheers, bye. Male trauma call, 10 minutes.
A 60-year-old motorcyclist is being rushed to A&E after colliding with a van at 40 miles an hour.
What is it?
Motorcyclist versus car from Frimley Park.
Trauma transfer.
The man was taken to his local hospital, but his injuries are so severe, doctors decided to transfer him to St George's.
Trauma transfer, motorcycle versus car.
I used to ride a motorbike. There's nothing quite like it. It's the danger, the adrenaline rush. But I knew there's a risk. As a doctor, I've seen the whole gambit from spinal injuries and paralysis to head injuries and death.
The man's wife is being driven to the hospital by a friend from their home over 35 miles away in Hampshire.
I had a phone call. I was a policeman informing me Paul had had an accident. And because he was so bad, they were going to move him to George's. That really was worrying. Don't know that I'd cope at all without it.
60-year-old Paul, he was a motorcyclist and about to turn in front of him, probably 30 to 40 miles an hour. When we arrived on scene, he was flat on his back, complaining of pelvic and right hip pain, and put a bit of blood into his mouth. That's it, really.
OK, great. Thank you.
Right there, sir. Deep breath in. and out. Is that sore in your tummy?
No, all round here.
It's hurting down there. What we're going to do is we're going to do one more x-ray of your pelvis and give you enough painkillers to get you comfortable. All right? Often with such a huge force involved, when you rip through the bones of the pelvis, nerves that come out to your legs get damaged as well. Worst case scenario is paralysis.
I'm gonna give you some more morphine. Let me know if you feel dizzy or anything.
I was panicking while we were driving to the hospital. All sorts of thoughts go through your head, you know. What if he can't walk? It would be absolutely devastating.
I'll show you the CTs. It starts here.
So that's the temple.
There, and then
So it's got some inferior pubic radii.
on his left.
Doctors are concerned about serious injuries to Paul's pelvis and spine after a high-speed motorcycle crash. They need to examine the scans of his pelvis before deciding on the next stage of his treatment.
Right, so far what we think has happened is the pelvis is the main part of you that took the brunt of the injury. You've done some injury there. In all of us, our pelvis is a key structure to holding our body in a particular way, in a particular shape. And so damaging the pelvis, there may be long-term diminished mobility. The CT scan, once we've got the full stuff through to us, we can figure out what to do. All right? For a person who is a passionate biker, potentially this is going to change your life forever. There's definitely a chance that they'll never ride again.
Your wife's here, sir.
Yes, she can come.
Oh, sorry, lovey.
Oh, dear, lovey.
Right van, man. Bang! Straight into the fucking driver's door, and down I went like a sack of shit.
Jesus Christ.
Got a hole in my arm. And I've possibly broken the front of my pelvis.
So I've been on my own about 9 years. I'd had various boyfriends in between, but nothing had felt like I felt when I met Paul. I was at a friend's 40th birthday party. He came up and spoke to me, sort of swept me off my feet, really.
Helmet apparently is fucked.
That's replaceable, you're not. We both married very young and it hadn't worked. We both then married older people who died. You understood one another. Just felt right. I'm gonna need to come up here tomorrow.
I'm sure we can work something out. There's enough people in the blooming club who not only drive but ride as well.
Meeting Paul, it's what brought the biking scene to me. I was a bit daunted at first, but I took to it and I absolutely loved it. We go to rallies together, we go abroad. You make so many friends. It's quite exciting. It gave me a whole new life. Now it's just part of me, part of Paul, part of us. Well, I don't know how we're going to get out of this one, but there you go. We'll get there. Being part of the bike community, I think it's given Paul a purpose. In his younger days, he started to go down the wrong path.
ate her hair ate her hair in her sleep. Had a hairball weighing a stone.
What? There's a lot there.
George's ED, adult or paediatric.
A 4-year-old boy is being rushed to St George's, struggling to breathe.
Pediatric priority call ETA 10 minutes.
His mum and dad are accompanying him from their home in Battersea.
It was a Saturday night. We were invited to an evangelical talk. It was extremely hot that night. His breathing just got worse and worse. I said, darling, there is something seriously wrong here.
Male, difficulty breathing.
DIB, difficulty breathing.
When I saw my son, oh my God, completely changed the color. It's very pale. He can't breathe in properly.
Before I knew it, we're in an ambulance and we're going towards St George's Hospital.
There we go, let's pop Jeremy just up here. There you go. Hi, Jeremy. There you go, perfect.
He probably picked up a viral infection from me. He's been getting progressively worse.
Okie dokie. So does Jeremy normally speak to you?
No, he's complex needs. Can't speak, can't sit up. He's got very little head control. Can't see.
Okay.
His hearing's all right. And he's on an array of medication.
Jeremy suffers from a series of chronic conditions, including epilepsy and microcephaly.
Microcephaly means his brain is not growing in the way that your brain would grow. He's got epilepsy. He has seizures constantly. He needs constant one-to-one care.
Hi, Jeremy. My name's Simon. I'm one of the nurses here. Nice to meet you. What we will do is take some blood tests, sort your breathing out. We'll get you feeling a lot better then. That's what we'll do.
Doctors need to give Jeremy emergency oxygen whilst they establish the source of his breathing difficulties.
Doc just wants to have a listen. Darling, he's just going to put his stethoscope on your chest. We live day by day. Half the children who are born with Jeremy's conditions die within the first year. Coming to terms with this sword of Damocles, if you like, hanging over our head, has been very difficult. When you go to hospital, you're always thinking, God forbid, is this going to be the last time?
Melissa, come here. Kai's made an itinerary.
Where is this?
So I'm going to Marbella. So we need to go to Ocean Club, Nikki Beach, and a boat day. It's going to be madness.
Got another lump there.
Fucking drop me out, will you?
Quite lumpy. And then that's a dent, so it goes the opposite direction.
So leave me alone.
How you feeling, Paul?
Awful.
Awful.
Motorcyclist Paul is being treated for pelvic injuries after colliding with a van. Doctors still don't know whether his accident has caused life-changing injuries to his pelvis and spine.
I'm gonna give you some fluids, okay? We'll help you to make you feel better.
His wife Sue is at his bedside, along with their friend Teresa.
It's a nasty hole in your arm, isn't it? Your dressing's just fallen off, you know. It's a nasty hole in your arm.
You're about stitching that.
Yeah. Looks a bit open, doesn't it?
You don't do things by half, do you?
No, I mean for a penny and for a pound. I must admit, I didn't expect this myself this morning. I just wish I could get fucking comfortable.
Well, I got married very young, in my early 20s. My parents said at the time she was the wrong person for me, but I was in love. We made massive mistakes. Marriage broke down. It ended with one almighty great argument. The upshot of that was that I ended up on the streets for just short of 8 months. Pride was a major part of it. So I could have possibly gone back to Mummy and Daddy, but the shame and the fact that I was going to get it in the neck, I couldn't really live with that.
Biggest fucking problem we got at the moment is how the fuck do we pay the mortgage?
Yeah, you won't be working, you won't be earning.
Can you remember your first night on the street?
Yeah, it was pissing with rain. That was about late October, mid-November. And I ended up sleeping in the front doorway of a church.
Hello. So I'm going to put a few stitches in your elbow. Are you allergic to anything?
Just bloody white vans.
OK, sir. There'll be some stinging initially and then it'll go numb. OK, sharp scratch coming out now.
Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. And I wasn't a drug addict or a wino or anything like that. I was just a normal bloke. The only saving grace was I still had a job.
How did you manage to hold a job down?
With great difficulty. To stay clean, I would try and find a public convenience somewhere that had access to a cistern. Take the water out the cistern, try and freshen yourself up. It was hard going. You don't really want people to sort of realise the situation that you're in. I suppose you didn't really want pity.
You had a few stitches in your lifetime.
I've had a few, yeah.
It's my friend Glenn somehow found out about it. He said, I want the truth. So I sat there very tearful and explained what had happened, how the marriage broke down and everything else. Right, you're coming back to my place. He said, you can shack up with me for a while. He then took me into Millet's and out of his own pocket, new jeans, well, everything. Every item of clothing you could possibly think of.
All done.
Cheers, brother.
I owe that man so much. Because if it wasn't for him, God knows where I'd be.
Why does it hurt so much?
Yeah. It's still bleeding. No, I haven't. We're waiting for the big reveal. No, her middle finger. She won't be swearing at you for a while.
Well, I might have to. I'll be like, look at my finger.
So what happened to you today?
I crashed into the wall.
Crashed into a wall. On your, what were you, on a scooter?
Yeah?
Yeah, how fast were you going?
100.
100 times too fast. Yeah?
Yeah.
Aha! Dr. Kevin. Perfect.
Working in paediatrics today is one of St George's longest-serving medical assistants, Keith.
My colleagues, some of them say to me, well, when are you going to run the hospital? Because you've been here for so many years now. 18 years in the job.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, don't worry. As soon as I've done this, I'm going to go and find you the best sandwich in the fridge.
I grew up originally in Middlesbrough. I was a typical sort of lad. Little adventures out on our bikes. I used to always get dirty. Loved it. We always want to grow up as quickly as we can, and then we get there. It's like, oh, you know, I wish I could go back.
When is it going to be done?
I am very much family orientated. Got my little nephew. We kind of do a lot of things together. Apparently, he's very similar to me when I was younger. You know, he trips over thin air.
I am going to go and get you a ham sandwich.
Have you got chocolate?
Oh, chocolate. I don't know about chocolate.
He's the life and soul of the family at the moment. And until me and my wife have some kids.
Sister, I'm going to go down to Major's with Sappy to sort out this finger.
I was 17 when I started at St George's. Currently, I am a medical assistant in the paediatric department.
Let's just have a quick blast of this. It's like blowing up a balloon backwards. Right.
We do a lot of this and that. We might be the nurse, sometimes it might be the tea maker. We help where it's needed, basically.
All right, this is the messy bit now, OK?
Why are you putting that thing on top?
Just to make sure the gaps are covered.
Why?
Because I want it to be neat.
I bet you get a lot of wires, do you?
Yeah, we do.
Working with the children, it's just that extra special. And you do tend to have more of a giggle.
High five. Good lad.
It's much more rewarding, I find.
Hi, guys. Is this little Tristan?
Yeah.
Hello. Now, I'm Keith, right, and I need to have a little look at your wound. Is that OK?
Yeah.
Yeah? What did you do?
I went across the road. There's down slope and up slope.
Right.
I went up slope, then I crashed into the wall.
You crashed into the wall.
On the scooter.
On the scooter. I missed that bit, sorry. How's the wall?
Fine.
Can I have a little look?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet, thank you. Wow, you are so brave. Yeah, you are.
When are you going to put it back on?
We are. We're going to put the plaster back on temporarily, and then I'm going to go and get some special glue for the skin, and then we're going to pop some glue in it. How's that sound?
Fine.
Yeah, is that fine? OK, cool. All right then, young man. So, we'll see you in a minute?
Yeah.
High five? Good lad. Oh, that was a nice big high five, that was. That was a good high five. Back in 2 minutes, guys. OK.
Working in peds, most of them just full of joy. But in some cases, it's hard work. Looking after sick kids, it's never easy. It's always a lot harder than dealing with adults. Most traumatic cases, they stick in your head.
It's all right, darling. It's all right.
I think you need to be there for the parents, in my experience, because they're the ones that are really going to suffer.
Absolutely on fire, this kid. He's absolutely boiling, like a done lobster.
4-year-old Jeremy is in Pediatric A&E. Doctors are trying to establish the cause of his breathing difficulties.
Oh, look at this. All of that size, you poor things.
It's all in date order.
Yeah.
And we're the most recent, going all the way back.
You're unbelievably organised. I'm so impressed.
So you've got St George's Hospital, then you've got St George's Genetics, then you've got Moorfields.
OK.
All right.
What age is he now?
He's 4.
4.
We wanted to have a family, but because we met later on in life, we weren't sure whether or not we could have children or not. When I met Beatrice, we were both in our 40s.
Mummy, and Daddy. Daddy Weddy's here.
I was working as a chartered surveyor. Beatrice had come in to help our Ecuadorian cleaner. We started to talk.
And he asked me many questions. So I said, I think maybe he likes me.
And I said, look, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, I'd really like to take you out to dinner. And I was absolutely amazed when she said, well, that would be very nice. That was about 12 years ago. We had the wedding actually in Quito. She still makes my heart jump. You want to get access, don't you? Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, no, you go for it.
Okay, just get the x-ray done. We're going to do the x-ray on.
All right, well,
How do you want it?
So just need him on his back.
The medical team need to x-ray Jeremy's chest to check for signs of infection.
Hello.
Dad, my name's Oliver Walker from the Pediatric team. In terms of the wheeze that we've treated today,
Yeah.
he's had wheezy episodes before, I understand.
Not since 2014. What appeared to be a clear chest then developed into double pneumonia. And his heart actually stopped 3 times. We went down the IVF route. We were very lucky. We were successful first time.
I saw the news for the first time. I told my husband, we're so happy. Oh, we have a baby.
It's okay, Papito, it's okay, it's okay.
All the time when I was pregnant, the doctors told me, they said, no, it's fine, completely fine.
When he was born, we assumed that he was perfectly normal.
Okay, X-ray.
2 hours later, when I saw for the first time, he was crying. He's not crying normal.
Yeah? That's fine. Oi. Oh, yeah.
I think it may be mother's feeling this. I'm feeling horrible in my heart. I just knew something is wrong.
Me baby.
Back's all tightening up. The slightest movement at the moment, I'll go for a bloody roof.
Yeah, you will if it's broken pelvis, won't you?
Orthopedic specialists are examining scans of motorcyclist Paul's pelvis after he collided with a van.
Sue said to me, I'm sorry for this. I said, what the bloody hell are you apologising for? She's messing your day up.
Just go down the list. How many times have I bailed the other people out of shit?
We were talking about that this morning, weren't we, in the car?
In some respects, I don't regret being homeless. And I know that may sound daft because it gave me an insight into a different world. I think, or at least I hope, I've become a better person for it. I consider myself a very, very lucky man.
They didn't have to cut your gear off you, did they?
Yeah, all of it.
Including your cut-off?
Cut off, they cut across the top of the shoulders on the stitching. So, because even mate, he said, look, he said, I don't want to ruin this. He said, it looks like it's years old. He said, and especially all these patches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he suddenly noticed the founder member one. He said, well, you helped start it? I said, no, I did. Not helped. I said, I did.
Yeah, the club was formed in 1987. 6 of us, we met in the pub, and then we started talking about a family-orientated club. Back then, most of the bike clubs were male-dominated.
Oh, that's all right. We can stitch that back together.
Coming up with names, and Wild Riders and Riders of the Night and Dark Hawks and all this, and all of a sudden my late wife turned around, Bren, and she said, why don't you just call it the 3 Bs?
Bikes, booze and birds, or bikes, booze and blokes. It works both ways. He's a bit like a father figure in that people look up to him because he's a founder member. He likes to be part of it and help people. I think he gets something out of it. The bike club is a real testament to him.
So there's a little buckle. See that buckle there?
Doctors have now received the full results of Paul's CT scan.
Hello, everyone. So the injury to the pelvis is luckily it's a stable thing. And nothing's too out of place. Doesn't need anything surgical for it.
All right, okay.
But it's going to be sore. That we can't get around that fact. So we're going to probably have to keep you in. Any questions so far?
No, I think you've covered it.
We're going to sit you up. This makes it a little bit breathing easier. How's that?
That's better.
Good. All right.
Oh dear, what a panic.
Kiss a Christmas.
Go back round there.
People tend to think that bikers are a Neanderthal breed. We're not. Yes, we look barbaric, I suppose, but the camaraderie, that is something else. There's been a few people in the club that have fallen into a similar trap. Marriage has broken down, become homeless, and I put them up here.
Oh, look, it's fallen off. Rebel without a gauze.
It's a world that I won't turn my back on.
All right, there we go. We're going.
Paul will be taken to an orthopaedic ward where doctors will monitor his pelvic fractures.
I used to have a Ducati Monster 500cc. My understanding of riding a bike is it's not just a physical thing, it's a psychological thing. And this romantic idea of what a biker might be. Also, it's having a sense of group identity, sense of belonging to a group that gives you faith in that people are there for you.
Don't run too fast, some of us ain't got wheels.
That's a powerful thing to motivate someone to get over the injuries that they've had and to get over the heartache that they've had. For me, that group is my family. It's a faith in each other that works its magic.
Good boy. This nebulizer's doing you good.
The results of Jeremy's tests have revealed a serious chest infection, which will require antibiotics.
We might have been lucky. We might have just caught you in the nick of time this time. Come on in. Grab my big hand with your little hand. Yes. Shall we arm wrestle? Do you want to arm wrestle? Do you? No. You want too tired? You want to sleep? Oh, you brave little man. Oh, it felt wonderful to have this little bundle of joy looking up at you. You thinking, crumbs, have I really created that? It was an amazing feeling. Something that I had hoped and looked forward to for a long time. You've been through so much, haven't you? So much. On the day we found out Jeremy's clinical diagnosis, he would have been about 8 months. Don't think I've ever experienced anything so traumatic in all my life, really. That was a tough time for all of us. Especially Beatrice. She was absolutely devastated.
The doctor told me the bad news. I said, no, I don't think so. Because we're expecting normal baby.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Never did I think that I was going to have a child like that. You don't think along those lines. I still sometimes wake up and think that When I look at him, he looks perfectly normal in my eyes. But then, when I realise he's not going to talk to me, or he's not going to ask me what he would like for breakfast, and I see little boys and girls playing at church, and I know that I'm not going to kick a ball around with him, or I'm not going to play cricket with him, or do the things that normal fathers do, it really affects me.
Is it Susan?
Yeah.
Is that normal?
No.
Do you want to have him on his side, guys?
Oh my gosh, he's shaking. He's shaking.
He's had all his epileptic drugs.
Yeah, he's fitting. Can you get one of the doctors, please?
I think he's not working.
Come on.
He's shaking.
All right, darling, Daddy's here. When he nearly died in 2014, we spent 5.5 weeks in hospital. He had double pneumonia, and in fact, he had a cardiac arrest. Try and relax. Try and relax. It's terrible when you're in a room and somebody has a cardiac arrest. Within a matter of minutes, there are people there all around you trying to save a little boy's life.
Can't keep him on his side still.
But it makes you stronger. It's all right, Mummy and Daddy are here. Mummy and Daddy are here. And you just have to keep believing that he didn't want to let go.
Where are you going with it? That's an awfully big toy to be lugging around. Here you go, mate. Should we go and fix your head? After
Thanks.
you. All right.
Thank you.
Now, what is the best way of doing this? Are you brave? Yeah. You are? Are we sure?
Maybe you can sit on your lap, Hannah, because
Is
I'm
it on
not
my
very
lap?
good at things.
All right, that's fair enough. That's cool.
Originally, I wanted to be a police officer when I was growing up. But then life, it took an unexpected path.
So we're going to pop this over you, like they do in the hairdressers. All right.
I had a car accident, 17 at the time. Basically, I had a head-on collision. It's about a 90-mile-an-hour impact.
Right, so let's just take this plaster off. Well done, young man. You can say goodbye to that.
Bye-bye, plaster.
Bye-bye.
Came off in a ditch. I couldn't get out. It's quite a bad way. They thought I'd broken both my legs. That's what happens when you hit a Range Rover with a Maestro.
All right.
We just need to give it a little clean.
Look at
it
the
won't
doctor.
hurt.
Doctor
Honest,
hurt
it
you.
won't hurt, OK?
I was cut out of that. You have these great big claws coming at you, take the roof off. It was petrifying.
Hey, you're a brave boy.
I remember going to hospital. It was quite scary. But there was people calming me down. And I remember everyone there was superb. Looked after me really well.
Push really hard. Wow, what's that? All the glue's released.
It was just severe bruising in the end. I was lucky, very lucky. And 2 weeks after that, got my job as the hospital porter. That's how it all started, really. Did a couple of shifts as a porter in A&E. I saw what they were doing, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of that. And so I trained as a medical assistant.
You all right? You open your eye. That's it. You can see me, can't you? There we go. All right, I'm just holding your head.
I guess I'm just giving back what I had when I had that care given to me.
And that's all done. Magic. It's all closed, OK?
18 years of A&E, it's been the best thing I've done.
High five. Yeah, I like it.
Certain things happen and it kind of sends you down different paths.
Take care, guys, all right?
Sometimes you do have to adapt, but I think that's what makes people sometimes.
Darling, why don't you have your tea? and let me take over. Yeah? Come on. It's all right, darling. Daddy's here. Yes. Mummy and Daddy are here. Yes.
Doctors have managed to stabilise Jeremy after he suffered a seizure.
Then you can listen to some more cricket with Daddy. You can listen to some more cricket. Yes. And some more football. You like your football and your cricket, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes. Good boy. I always talk to him so that he feels loved, he feels wanted. We love nothing better than for us to be on the sofa and I'm watching a bit of cricket, trying to describe it to him so that he can actually interact. And sometimes he does. He loves, look, you're looking at me. Are you? He definitely interacts with us. He's got some beautiful mannerisms. Do you realise in another 2 hours' time we'd have been up for 24 hours? When you're exhausted and you're fed up and you are just about to throw the towel in, he smiles. It's like a shot of adrenaline. It kind of picks you up and you think, that's the reason why I'm doing all this.
Hello. My name's Claire. I'm one of the pediatric registrars. Whatever bug he's picked up, it's just making his airways a bit reactive. So, keep a close eye, and we'll get him into a bed, make him nice and comfy, keep him on his oxygen, and we'll see how we go.
Okay.
Okay? Okay to go.
He has brought a lot of happiness and a lot of joy into our lives. He's such a loving and caring little boy that, in a way, it would feel strange if he wasn't the way he was. In fact, our lives would be missing as an important part. It wouldn't feel natural if he wasn't there all the time. At this point, do I go and get the suitcase out of the car?
I would say yes, the halter's ready to go.
Right.
We're on the... Do you know where Fred Hewitt is?
Yes,
we've been there. We almost have shares of the place.
We love him very much. He's a miracle. It was tough, and lots of people crack in those sort of situations, and he seems to have just, well, let's get on with it and try and get out of this. So I think he's quite brave at times.
I do feel that there are certain things in life that will suddenly come along and go, wallop, this is the way you're going to go, whether you like it or not. I consider myself an extremely lucky man that I've met somebody in my life that loved me for who I am. The first time that I did take her on the back after the accident, I said, what was it like? She said, nothing's changed. She said, you still sling it into a bend even though it's a cruiser. She said, you still try and get your bloody knee down, you bugger. As long as Sue's beside me, I'm quite happy.
We are realistic in accepting that he has got short life expectancy. We pray that he gets into double figures.
Birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Ismail.
I work very hard, as Beatrice does, in keeping our son alive, in the hope that he lives long enough to provide the medical knowledge that will be gained from his life to help other children. I would like that to be his legacy.